We've all seen those commercials stating that happy cows come from California. You know, the ones that dig into Wisconsin, stating that they're no longer the dairy state, and they have that weird, funky cow in the background that's standing in a blizzard, and all the other cows are out in the sun enjoying life, and they're like, man, where are you from? And they're like, Wisconsin. You know, those kinds of commercials. Well, today I'm here to tell you that the California propaganda stating that happy cows come from California is completely false. We'll discuss the daily life of California cows, the disease and infections California cows face on a day-to-day basis, and then we'll compare the lifestyle of California cows to the lifestyle of Wisconsin cows. So let's start off with how California cows live their day-to-day life. According to unhappycows.com, California cows are cramped. They have over 800 cows in these commercial farms that are only found in California. Now, these commercial farms, they are crowded. The cows face heat exhaustion, and many pass out and then are slaughtered because of this heat exhaustion. Not only are they crowded, but they're living in their own mud and feces, which causes many different infections and diseases, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Also, California, their farms use a bovine growth hormone, which is illegal in most countries except for a few countries in Europe, Australia, and then the United States. This hormone produces more milk than a normal cow would produce naturally. They also impregnate their cows through a sort of like in vitro fertilization type technique to make sure that their production is more than a normal cow would produce. So now that you know a little bit about the cruel and harsh conditions that some California cows face, let's go on to discuss a little bit about how this affects the cow's health. 1/3 of California cows suffer from udder infections. Now, once a California cow gets these udder infections, normally they're slaughtered and then their meat goes to waste. Not only do they suffer from udder infections, but they suffer from foot and leg infections, also known as lameness. When a cow gets lameness, they are slaughtered, and usually their meat is not good, and so they just get thrown away or put into a ground meat production plant. A dairy cow also filters through thousands of quarts of blood in her udders every day. She has white blood cells, also known as somatic cells, and pus cells, which produce milk. Now, these pus cells are show like infection and disease inside of the cow. And in a study in 2002 to 2003, it showed that the California pus cell count went up over 11 million pus cells per liter. That just shows that the California cow is in stress, infected, and diseased. Also, like I had said before, many of these cows pass out to heat exhaustion. The average lifespan of a cow is about 15 to 20 years. The average lifespan of a California cow, 4 years. Now that you've heard a little bit about the daily life of the California cow and how the life affects their health, let's go on to talk about the lifestyle of a Wisconsin cow. Wisconsin cows grow on smaller family-owned farms. Normally, these farms don't have any more than 200 cows on them. Sometimes the farms have a little bit more, but normally it's around 100 to 200 cows. These cows also have 1/3 less diseases in them than the cows in California. The pus count from the same 2002 to 2003 study, the pus count actually went down 11 million in that 1 year, and it continues to decline every day, showing that Wisconsin cows, they're becoming more stress-free. They also have freedom to roam. Many of the cows in Wisconsin aren't in commercial farms and aren't confined to tight and cramped spaces. Many of them get to roam in wide open spaces. So in conclusion, Wisconsin cows are happier than California cows. California cows are crowded with over 800 cows on each commercial farm. They're living in mud and feces, unlike Wisconsin cows, who can roam on family farms and smaller herds and usually less than 100 cows. California cows are also injected with growth hormones to produce milk that they would not normally be able to produce naturally. 1/3 of California cows suffer infections and diseases, which is not nearly found as in many Wisconsin cows. They're slaughtered for lameness and infections in California cows. But the Wisconsin cows, if they have a lameness or infection, most of the cows become family pets. Their pus count in California shows more disease than the pus count in those cows in Wisconsin. Many do not live a full lifespan in California, only living about 4 years, where the Wisconsin cows normally face their full lifespan of about 10 to 20 years. Therefore, when you hear the propaganda stating California cows are the happier cows, just think about how they're confined to those tight spaces and living in mud and feces and nastiness, and then think of those Wisconsin cows enjoying the nice open grain.